Let's get back to that jobs number. It was indeed a big number, 467,000 jobs added in January. And Labour Secretary Marty Walsh joins me now. Mr. Secretary, that is a big number. And I'm sure you're happy with it, 467,000. But we're told that it's a very big number because the benchmark has been revised, a revision of the benchmark, and that's why we've got these huge revisions. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's not necessarily, that's part of it, but we didn't change the way we collect our data. BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, is a gold standard in bringing in these statistics. It's been used in this country for decades. Certainly, this is a very transparent number. I think, let me just quickly report on two things. Number one, the number is very good, and there was some concern as the month went on in the previous month because of the Omicron variant. And one of the things that we're seeing here is that we're in a very different position than we were in March, April, May, June of 2020, living within the pandemic. So we're seeing businesses, we're seeing employees, we're seeing people learning to live and move on with their life, quite honestly, under the virus. The second piece of that is the revision from 2021, the whole year revision, 700,000 jobs. That number today, when I heard that number first this morning, that number kind of jumped out at me. But I asked the Bureau, why such a big revision? And what they've said to me was statistically, that's what we've seen over the last 10 years. So there's no statistically different adjustment that we haven't seen in previous years.
Okay. I'm sure you saw the report from Johns Hopkins University that the lockdowns and the restrictions and the closures had not moved the death rate from COVID, and in fact had done great damage to children and the economy. If that's the case, and if you really want to get the economy rolling really strong, why don't we back away from all these restrictions and closures?
Well, I don't have all the data and facts here, so I'm just going to be able to speak on what I know. I know the folks that came down over the last couple of months here that got the Omicron variant, that were vaccinated and boosted, were less sick and less hospital admissions. But again, I think that as we move forward here, we want to get people back into the workforce. In my former role as a mayor of a city, I wanted to see the downtown bustling area. I was in New York last week. I'm sure New York wants to see the downtown bustling area. People want to see that, and we just need to continue to take a step forward here and tell people how to be safe, explain to them how to remain safe. It's a little outside of my lane at this particular moment because I don't have all the facts with me here, and I'd love to talk to you about it next month, but I still think we have to be very careful as we continue to move forward here in 2022. I'm hopeful that as this year goes on, it eases the burden when it comes to living with the pandemic. I'm hoping that we're having a very different conversation by the end of this year. But unfortunately, right now, I think many people are tired of living with the pandemic, but we still have to be careful.
Okay, got it. Labour Secretary Marty Walsh, thanks for being with us. Mr. Secretary, appreciate it. Thank you, sir.